Yo, so I'm at the luncheon. It's early, they're still setting up. But look at my outfit for the day. Outfit of the day, outfit of the day, outfit of the day. Look at my shoes. They were on clearance. No one wanted them. I want them. So that's what we got going on. I've got my favorite rabbit moon necklace and these earrings that I absolutely love. And we got some blue eye makeup going on. And I'm gonna go peruse and see if I can talk to who I need to talk to before luncheon. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to film any music today, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna see. You're right there. Okay. Alright, I gotta go. Bye. Yo, I might change this top because it is really hot. So when I get into my playing, I'll go ahead and change out of this. But this was my outfit for the Laura Scudder luncheon. Basically, this was the last one. That's going through the museum. So if you don't know, docent at a museum for the city of Monterey Park. It's a volunteer situation where it's ran by volunteers is what I'm trying to say. And so I started in 2010, 2011 docenting there, and I was tagged into the exhibit committee and the accession committee, and then I became docent chair, and then I had to move away in 2020, and then I moved back in 2024, and I got back into contact with the museum, and so I live 21 miles away from the museum at this moment, but they're like, hey, we really need you back. So I went back just to volunteer, and then they tagged me in to be an admin assistant to kind of help with social media and outreach and newsletter and the Laura Scudder Scholarship Committee. And and then after like a month or two, they're like, hey, we need a president. So then I was appointed temporary president. In the newsletter I sent out, there was an election. We didn't get any votes in, so then de facto president. So now I'm the president of the Historical Society of Monterey Park. So my goal is to get enough people into the Historical Society so a more qualified person can be president, can be in these upper positions, and who's local, because again, I'm 21 miles away, so I can't go to all of the community engagements that I should be going to as the president of an organization that's local to the area. So that's my goal. So that's what I'm doing. This luncheon was a scholarship that's usually put through the museum, and they how do I describe this? It's really hot, so my brain is not thinking right now. So Laura Scudder was a businesswoman. She was more than that, but she held a lot of positions in her life. She came from Delaware, and then she moved up to Seattle area, and then she went to like the Bay Area, and then she came down here. And during that time, she was a nurse. She passed the bar exam, and she became a businesswoman. And this was like early 1900s, so this was something that was not nurse, yes, but passing the bar exam, no. I think she was like the first 200 women, I think, in the United States that passed the bar exam and became like, could be a lawyer. She wanted to. And she didn't go to school for that. She just kind of like studied on her own. And then she opened up a feed store, a gas shop with her husband in Monterey Park. He got injured, and then so she started selling potato chips in wax bags that had never been done before. And so she opened up businesses. She hired housewives to help do that. So then she like created this whole Bluebird like giant company that her peanut butter is still sold in markets. I think on the West Coast I've seen them. It's the Laura Scudder old-fashioned peanut butter. It's pretty good. I know, because I've had it before. I couldn't have peanut butter anymore. But anyway, so her grandchildren put on this scholarship to try to like keep her memory alive. And so it's through the museum, but now it's passing on to East Los Angeles College, and they're going to take care of it. So I'm going to be working in tandem with them to kind of make a memorial of her where they're going to be, so that people understand why the scholarship is there, why it's happening, and kind of like continue that memory. So, and so the scholarship is open to business, culinary, and nursing, I think, are the main ones. Yeah. So that's where I was at today. And I got in contact with the fire department, who's also was there. And so I'm going to be working hand in hand with them to try to like kind of create the network again of organizations to organizations and bring all these organizations back together. And so that way we have a more functioning community, which is kind of hard for me to do because I'm 21 miles away, but you know. So that's what I was doing. We'll see how that goes. We're still not fighting, but we're championing the Barnes Park pool. We're trying to save the swimming pool. We're trying to convince and sway the city of Monterey Park to, refurbish it and not just level it and turn it into something else. There's only 2 swimming pools in Monterey Park. The other one's not doing so well, and this one just needed minor repairs, and now it's been in disarray for so many years that it needs major repairs, and they don't want to do it. But there's a lot of, it's politics. A lot of bureaucracy, there's a lot of politics, there's a lot of moving money around so you can say you don't have the budget. There's a lot of like earmarks and deals going on in the background that we kind of know about but don't really know about. And it's a historic site when it comes down to it. It was a pool used during the 1984 Olympics as a training pool. The torch itself passed through Monterey Park. There's evidence that, the Olympics were in Monterey Park as it passed through. Like, we brand ourselves as an Olympic city, but yet here's the historic site that was used during the Olympics, and they're just going to, fill it in. There's a plaque and everything. It should be marked as a historic site so that it can be tagged in for other resources to use to repair it. If the city doesn't want to pay for it, that's fine. But they need to mark it as a historic site. And then also our swim team has feeding programs with that pool, and they've won like over between 90 to 100 championships training in that pool. So it's like a huge community center as well, because I learned how to swim in that pool. There's so many people who learned how to swim in that pool, but they just, I don't know. So that's a second thing I'm on that I'm trying to help that as well. But that's the update. That's on top of everything else that I do. Yeah, so that's where I was today. I got back earlier than I thought, so I'm really happy about that. And I also got in contact with the library, friends of the library, so they just sent me a flyer for one of their galas, so I'll see about networking there. So yeah, all exciting things. It sounds like I'm gonna get busier. It's gonna be maybe an exhausting time. I'm not too sure, but it'll be fun, and so that's what's going on. I'm gonna change out of this shirt because I'm getting overheated, and then I'm gonna start on the music.